need to believe in the possibility, and you need to believe in, and to some extent also possess some of the capacities that make it possible. I mean, we were talking about this on your radio show the other night, Alan, that, you know, to sit in a chair and imagine myself an astronaut, I believe is going to get me nowhere. Again, it comes back to some question of integration. There needs to be some integration of one's thought images and the capacities that one has an understanding over. I mean, we do live in a physical macro world, and we do have some service, I believe, to enact in this world. And in order for our thoughts to really be at the back of what we're trying to accomplish, I think there has to be some integration of those thoughts with our abilities, our location, what we can actually reach out and begin doing in the present. There's a section of the Talmud, which is a favorite of mine, which I mentioned the other night on your radio program, that a student asks a master, what's the proper way for a man to live? Forgive the gender pronouns. And the master says, find a place where there are no men, go there, and there be a man. And what that says to me is that each individual has some special function to fulfill. There's something somewhere that's not being done that you can do. Understanding what it is that I can contribute, backing that with a thought conviction is enormously powerful, but I do think there needs to be some integration there. If I sit here and say, you know, I have always been a great general, you know, that may not amount to anything.
You say it until you actually feel a vibrational shift.
And I agree with that. I agree with that. But I do think that some marriage of service and ability to thought, some integration there, I think is necessary, because we all do have, there's something that's not being done somewhere that each of us can be doing. And I think that search should be part of it too, along with my own
I think it's why we came in, and what it is you want to do is probably more in alignment with your soul's capacity of why you incarnated.
But the thing is, though, but a lot of people were not taught that their feelings meant anything, or that they were valued in any ways, or their thoughts get confused, and they have belief systems they are expected to be a certain way, or they expect themselves. So we go into all these patterns that kind of diminish what we are intentionally
And sometimes we don't receive the physical education we need. I know a guy who's a film director who can do everything. He can make furniture and paint, and he's a wonderful photographer and a great director. And if somebody misses a day on the set, he can do their job for them, and that's extraordinary. Sometimes that physical education we don't receive, and that's so important, but it can be gotten. I didn't publish my first book until middle age. I'm 48 years old today. My first book
Today?
No, not today. Broadly speaking. Yes, you can all give me gifts. I didn't publish my first book until I was in my mid-40s. You know, there was no forecasting that, so we can come into things, but there need to be these different educative components.
Well, going back to that, there's a reason for why, you know, that you're here.
Yeah.
Like, everyone can learn to play the guitar, but not everyone's going to have the inclination to become professional at it.
Or have the talent. They could learn to play, but not everyone has the innate talent
Well,
to
it's
be.
like, and it's sort of like Mozart and Salieri. So, you know, that one was a technician and the other one was more multidimensional in being a channel. He can bring things in and be a technician simultaneously, and maybe this is what he's always been, and he was aware of. He's always been that.